Hi, boys and girls. Hi, families. For all the moms out there, I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Today, boys and girls, we are going to talk about one of my most favorite animals in the whole world. We're going to learn all about the ladybug. And I'm going to start our day by reading a very special story all about ladybugs. Then I'm going to show you some really fun, exciting projects to do, and then share some live animals with you. So let's start. The title of my book is Ladybugs, Red, Fiery, and Bright. The author is Mia Posada. Ladybugs, red, fiery, and bright. Little round beetles with red coats and black spots crawl through gardens and trees and on flower pots. They are ladybugs. A crawling ladybug tickles your arm, but this little insect will cause you no harm. They are busy searching for food to eat. Tiny green insects called aphids taste sweet. Boys and girls, aphids are these bugs, and farmers don't like them too much because aphids love to eat vegetables and flowers. So ladybugs eat aphids, and farmers love ladybugs because they eat all the bugs that farmers don't like. A ladybug may flee in fear from a hungry bird landing near, but eating a ladybug is a waste to birds because they have a terrible taste. When a female ladybug has eggs to be laid, she finds a safe place on a leaf in the shade. In 5 days, the yellow eggs will turn white. The hatching day is now within sight. Tiny creatures climb out from the creamy white eggs. They have hairy gray bodies and long, skinny legs, and they are called larvae. And guess what, boys and girls? Our caterpillars that we have been studying and observing were also in the larva stage. Hungry larvae search for food right away. They can eat 100 aphids a day. A larva's skin cannot stretch, and since this is so, it must shed its old skin in order to grow. This is called molting. Its skin splits apart, the larva wiggles free, its new larger skin fits more comfortably. When a ladybug larva is almost full grown, it attaches itself to a plant or a stone. It molts one last time the skin it outgrew. When it emerges, it has become something new. It is a pupa, just like the butterfly stage. The pupa is covered by tough orange skin. It hides the changes taking place within. Its worm-like body is rounding out. Its coat becomes smooth. Tiny wings sprout. In 5 days, the pupa's shell starts to crack. A beetle crawls out with no spots on its back. Soon, black spots come into sight. The yellow coat turns red, fiery, and bright. The new ladybug spreads its wings out to dry. A few hours pass, then it's able to fly. Its spotted wing covers move off to the sides. It beats its wings, and away it glides. The new ladybugs with red coats and black spots crawl through gardens and trees and on flowers in pots. Now, I want to share some information about ladybugs. If you notice, a ladybug is an insect. Say insect. That's an important word. Many bugs in our environment are insects, and that means they have 6 legs. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And an insect has 3 body parts. It has a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. And as we talked about, a ladybug has 2 antennae. And what's really special about a ladybug's antenna is they use their antenna to smell and taste and touch. And in this story, I read about the ladybug and how it avoids birds. That means birds won't eat ladybugs because if you taste one of their legs, it's yucky. Inside the legs is a liquid that's poisonous. So birds and other prey don't like to eat ladybugs. So now I'm going to show you some fun, easy projects and activities that we could do that has to do with ladybugs. The first activity is called thumbprint ladybugs. Can you show me a thumb? We're going to use a thumbprint. And because the body of a ladybug is red, we're going to use red paint. And I just took some paint and poured it into a dish. And I have some paper. So you take your thumb, dip it in, and push down. These boys and girls are going to become my ladybugs. And I'm just going to put them around the paper. Now, when you're done with your lady thumbprint, you just put your thumb in soap and water and clean it off. Now, I'm going to let this dry a few minutes and move on to a different activity, another fun activity. We're going to come back to this. For this activity, I went outside and I went on a rock hunt. I took a rock that is kind of oval in shape. So this again is the body of a ladybug, and I painted it yesterday so that it could dry. So now I have to finish it up. So I've used red paint again and a paintbrush, and now I'm going to create the parts of a ladybug. So I'm going to start with the head. So I put some black paint in here, and I'm going to hold my rock and proceed to paint the head. And I'm just gently brushing black paint onto the rock. You can use any size rock you want. You can use any shape. I just happened to find an oval rock, the shape of a ladybug. Now the fun part comes. As we read in our story, the ladybug starts to have black dots as it's growing. And you can dip your paint and just start to make dots wherever you want. I'll put 3 dots on that side and 3 dots on that side. And then down the middle of a ladybug's back is a line. So I'm going to just take my paintbrush and paint a line going down. Now I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes and then come back to that. If you get some paint on your fingers, it just comes off with soap and water. I need to let that dry for a few minutes because I'm going to add some eyes on that. Now, I started to create a ladybug out of a piece of an egg carton, and we're recycling. So I painted this yesterday because I wanted to dry. It takes a couple of hours to dry. So this is going to be my ladybug body. What is missing on this ladybug? Well, ladybugs have a face, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So what we're going to make are some eyes. And I happen to have some sticker eyes. You could use googly eyes. You could use buttons. You could use paint. You could use markers. So I am going to take eyes and stick them on the body of the ladybug. And now I'm going to take my black paint and make a mouth. Now the antenna I used are pipe cleaners. You could use ribbon, you could use sticks, you could use toothpicks, you could cut paper. Now remember, the antennae are used as smelling, touching, and tasting. So these are like its nose. And I just put holes in the top of the egg carton and put antenna. And here's a ladybug. Now I want to show you another fun, easy project to make. This is a piece of a paper towel roll holder. And again, I painted it red. Now, not all ladybugs are red. I will talk about the other colors of a ladybug after I finish this. But I chose red because red is the most popular color of a ladybug on Long Island. And if you're outside, in a few days, you'll be able to see ladybugs. And they're usually red, their body. So what I did was I painted it red. I took a hole puncher and have some black paper at home. And I just began to press onto black paper to make the dots. Then I empty the dots out. I have some tacky glue. You could use Elmer's glue. If you have a hot glue gun with an adult in the house, you could use that. And I'm creating dots with the hole puncher papers. I just put some glue and I take the hole puncher black dot and I put them on just like that. And that's how it looks when it's dry. So I have the dots I have the red body. Now I need a face. So the head of a ladybug is kind of round. So I cut this shape out of black paper and I bent the top so it fits. And I'm going to glue that down to hold it. At the top, because a ladybug's head is at the top of its body, I'm going to glue that on, just like that. Now here's its head. It needs eyes. So I'm going to use sticker eyes. 1, 2. And now I'm going to make its antennae. And I cut out some black ribbon. I had ribbon at home. You could use paper. You could use pipe cleaners. And I'm just going to put glue at the top. And glue on my antennae. And take your time at home when you're doing this. And what's fun to do is you can curl the ribbon. I'll show you how to do that. And somebody at home might not know how to curl the ribbon using a scissor. And here's my antennae. Now, I'm going to add one more thing to this ladybug. We read the story. There's another part of the ladybug that is very important. What allows a ladybug to fly? Wings. So the wings are a round shape. So I'm going to show you how I did this. I just used black paper. And the wings are the same size. So you can trace a wing, or you can lay your wing on a piece of bigger paper and cut out the same size wing. Now, to put the wings on this ladybug, I have to cut slits. So I take my scissor, and the wings are on the sides of its body, and I cut into the paper towel holder on each side and make what I call slits. Then I take one wing and I gently put it in there. And then I take the other wing and I gently put it in there. And now I have a ladybug. And if you get glue on some areas, that's okay. It dries, and it dries clear. So you can have fun flying your ladybug around your home. Now, let's go back to the thumbprint. So here are my thumbprints. This is the body. I'm going to add a head. And the way I do that is I take a marker, and wherever you want to put the head on the top,
you add a head on the body. I'm going to have this one over here. I'm using regular marker now. And you attach a head on all these ladybugs. I'm going to have this one going this way. You can have the head on either side to create an imaginary ladybug that's flying around. So here, I've made all the heads. And now, I'm going to add the spots. You can use a marker, making sure the paint has dried enough. And I like to make the same amount of dots. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. Total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dots. Now I need to add the antennae. So I'm going to add the antennae, and an insect has 6 legs, 3 on each side. So I'm going to add some legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that black line that goes from the head to the thorax to the abdomen. And you can do this with paint too. So I'm going to pick another ladybug and add my dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to add my antennae, pressing lightly, and then the special line that goes from the head to the thorax to the abdomen. And you can create lots of ladybugs, and then you can add a scenery or the environment. You could add some flowers with markers or paint. You could add a sunshine. You could add trees, some dirt. So here is the beginnings of a thumbprint ladybug picture. Now, the rock ladybug is almost dry, so I want to add eyes to this ladybug. And I thought it would be fun to add seashells. You could add sticky eyes, you could add googly eyes, you could even paint eyes on. So on the head, I add my glue, letting the glue come down, and one eye, two eyes, and let's see how this is going to look. Be creative, use your imagination. And there's my eyes. And then you can paint antenna right on the ladybug. There's my antenna. Okay, boys and girls, I've showed you all these fun and easy ladybug activities to do at home. Now, I want to show you what's happening with our butterfly chrysalids. So, come over here and take a look. They are still in their chrysalis stage, but they are moving in there and they're turning into something new. I can't wait for you to see what is going to be our butterflies. Very exciting. And again, it takes almost 10 days for them to turn into the adult stage of the butterfly. And we call this whole stage of change metamorphosis. Can you say that again? Metamorphosis. Now, boys and girls, remember we made the grassy caterpillar? Well, the seeds inside are just starting to grow. I've been watering this every day and putting it in the sunshine. And also, I want you to take a look at our string beans. They are growing too. They look delicious, but they're not ready to pick yet. Think of what a real string bean looks like. And that's the size that you want them to grow so we can pick them. Now, boys and girls, somebody's hungry. Candy's cousin. He says hello, and I think he's hungry. Let's see if he eats. Ah, he's eating! Hooray! Candy's cousin says hello. So have a wonderful day, boys and girls. Looks like it's going to be a sunny day part of the day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I miss everybody. Bye-bye.